Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the series Mad About Python. This is the sixth video in this series. In the previous video, we have seen how to use the pie charts or pie plots to visualize your data. And this is a series in my Matplotlib as a part of data visualization in Python. In case you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and check those other videos. I have left the link in my description, and come back to this video. And in this video, we'll be doing the stack plots. Okay, so let me just close this and start off with the new file, and let's get started. Now let's see the stack plots. Now the stack plots are also known as area plots. These plots are used to show data over time. Now these are really similar to pie charts in the sense because we show how the proportional of the value is contributing to the whole. As you have seen in the pie chart or pie plot, where you have 5 different values, and those 5 different values are taking up some contribution of the whole. Like we have 40% for Python, 20% for C++, etc. And if we want to see the stack plot, it will look something like this. As you can see here, the whole data is divided into 3 different parts, and you can see 3 different colors, very similar to pie plots again. And you can see here the green color, which is given as odds, is contributing more to this graph. So you can make out over time which data has the most contribution in the graph. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to use the sports data. Let's see the number of minutes of a basketball game, and player 1, 2, 3, and how they have scored in that basketball game. Okay, so we are using the same thing. First, we are importing the Matplotlib library, and then we are using the style as 538, and then we will go on and define a variable which is minutes, and inside minutes we can give the values ranging from 1 to, and it will range up to let's give 9 values for this video. Yeah, it's fine. And let me define my 3 players. So this will be player 1, and this guy has scored something like this: 1, 2, 3, again 3, 4, something like this. Whatever, you can give any value here, doesn't matter. Let me give the other 2 player values same way, and it will go like now. As you can see here, the minutes are given from 1 to 9, ranging from 1 to 9. And let me just give some values here for my colors and the labels I'm going to use. So I'll just use the labels as player 1, player 2, player 3, and the colors are taken from the hexadecimal chart, which you can use this htmlcolorcodes.com, and you can choose your own range of colors from this website. As simple as that. So I have again passed the labels and colors like usual we have done in the pie charts also. This will be a Python list, and here we are using the basketball scores in this player 1, 2, 3 lists. Now if you want to see this player score at a point of time, in that thing you can use the pie charts, because at a certain instance of time, pie chart will give you the data properly. But to see this data over a period of time, not at any instance but over a period of time, over a long duration, then you can use the stack plots. That will be a better way of representing data and quickly identify which player has contributed more in that game. So really good if you use stack plots for some sports scores applications, or maybe you're generating a weather report as sort, you can use the stack plots. Okay, so now you just have to put plt dot stack plot. So like this. In the previous video you have put plt.py to generate the pie plot. Now inside this parameter I have to define my first variable, which is minutes, and then I have to define all the variables which is containing the player score. So it will be player 1, player 2, and player 3. Okay, now that this is done, I can pass my labels as the labels, and for colors I can pass the colors. Colors will be colors. That's it. And let me give the legend, plt.legend. I have given legend because I want to distinguish which color represents what stack plot. So for that I'm using legend. Then I'm going to use plt.title layout. So that's for the screen resolution. Now I have to give the title. So plt.title Inside title, I can give this data as basketball scores 2020, and at last plt dot show. That is it. Let me run this program and see how it looks. All right, as you can see, this is the output we're getting. This is the stack plot, and you can see here the legend, player 1, player 2, player 3, and these are the values plotted. Now you can see here the player 1 has contributed the most during the game, so it is very easy to make out using the stack plot. Okay, so I'm gonna change the values of the player 1 to 3 and see how this stack plot will look. Now with the changed values, the stack plot is looking something like this. I have given some different scores, that's why it's looking like this. I did this because I wanted to show you the problem of the legend location. Now if you want to shift that location, it's very simple. You can just define the location here. So it's called LOC. Now inside this, you can give the position you want to shift your legend. So I'm going to give upper left side because it was on the right before. Okay, now let me just run this again. And as you can see, the legend will be shifted to upper left side. You can do this by giving the LOC and you can just shift your legend. Simple as that. Alright, so let me just summarize what we have seen in this video. We have seen the stack plots in Matplotlib, which will look something like this. These are the graphs which are on top of each other, and they also dominate some space and contribute some part of a whole graph. So this is very similar to the pie chart we have seen. Now in pie chart, what happens is if you want to check the data for a given instance of time, then you have to use pie charts. You have less values, and from there you can make out which occupies the more space, that has more value. But what if the data is changing according to time? So for a period of time, if you want to analyze the data or you want to visualize the data, we use the stack plots. So for this, we have taken the example of the basketball game. So we have given the variables like minute. So we have minute as the variable, which is holding some value like 1, 2, 3, and it is going up to 9. So that is the time. And then we have taken the 3 players, so player 1, player 2, and player 3. Now these 3 players have scored some points, so that point we have taken inside this. It can be like this, 4, 5, 6, 9, like this, and same way for this also we have taken. So these are the 3 lists which are holding the value of the players. And then for the plot, we have given the labels and the colors. So labels and colors are again in form of list. Inside the list, you can give the default color, or if you want, you can give the hexadecimal color like this. Great. So again, the number of colors will depend upon the number of players. Here we have 3 players, so it's better if you give 3 colors. Okay, now for the label inside the label, you can give like player 1, player 2, and player 3, like this. So that will be your label and colors. Now once you have defined all this, you can start with your plot. So for plt dot stack plot, and for pi we have used something like plt dot pi. Instead of that, we are using plt dot stack plot. Now inside the stack plot, you have to pass the variable. It is nothing but the minutes and then the 3 values here, so which will be nothing but player 1, player 2, player 3. So you have to pass that here, player 2 and player 3. Now once this is done, you can pass your labels. Let me give the comma here. So your labels are nothing but the list labels. Your color is nothing but the colors list, and then you can close this. So once you have done that, you can give your plt dot legend, because you want to show the legend which is here. This is nothing but your legend, which is important because you have to define
what each color means. So this is nothing but your legend here, which will be represented there. Now, there is nothing much in the stack plots. It's quite simple. Once you have given the labels and colors, it is very easy to make out what plot is taking up more space. As you can see here, the green plot here, the green color stack plot is taking up more space. So this is contributing more, and you can say that from this data that player 3 is having the highest score at a given point of time. Now, this is nothing but your minute access. So this will tell you every minute what was the score. So that is why we use the stack plots, where you have to check the data at a given point of time, or over a given period of time. Okay, so one last thing we have learned here is your legends moves sometimes. So this legend is somewhere this legend is sometimes placed here instead of this left side. So what you can do is you can use the plt dot legend, and inside the legend you can give the LOC, which stands for location, and inside that you can give something like upper left, or you can give lower right. Depending upon the situation and the position, you can define the location of the stack plot.
All right, so that is all for this video now, and I will see you in the next one.